world can't stop the sun from shining.
Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me today for the terrific Taurus July Horoscope. It's a bit of a quieter month this month now that Mercury has turned direct and things are getting back to normal, whatever normal is these days. However, the other thing to note is that Jupiter went retrograde on the 20th of June. And this probably doesn't, mean a huge amount other than things will probably slow down. It's retrograde in your 10th house, which is all about your career and social status. So things could slow down a bit in those areas. However, on the upside, sometimes when Jupiter goes retrograde, it's easier to lose weight. So, if you've been going out at work with the work friends or having long lunches or having very high calorific lunches, that might probably slow down a bit too. The other thing to notice that Pluto is retrograde as well, and you probably won't notice because with these outer planets, they take a long time to go through each house and to go around the zodiac. So unless you're particularly sensitive, you may be, for example, a psychic like I am, and then you might pick something up, and that could be in your dreams or meditations. And the themes are probably about birth, death, and rebirth. So Pluto's in your 9th house, which is all about education, enlarging, expanding your life. It's also about your spiritual path and travel, connections with foreigners and things like that. So with Pluto retrograde there, you probably won't feel it, but if you do feel it, it could be in those areas. Perhaps you feel like you're going through a bit of a limbo zone, spiritually speaking. If you are clairvoyant, it might be harder to see things or pick up psychically, that sort of thing. But we all need a rest. Let's face it, we all need a rest from everything that's been going on. And, now going into July, yes, things are going to slow down a bit. So just briefly, I'll briefly explain what I do. I like to draw 2 tarot cards first, then I'll have a look at your in-depth horoscope and do some psychic channeling at the end. Whatever comes out, comes out. Okay, and if you're new, subscribe and be alive. Okay, all right, let's go to the board and look at these cards, whatever these cards have to say. First, I've already pre-shuffled these cards as I've got an overuse injury in my left hand, which I'm left-handed, so I have to be very careful now. So the first card of the month, and it's probably easier just to go, I'm going to go with that one, to go like that. Okay, and closing my eyes, what do I see? I've got a ladder in front of me. Okay, slowly getting somewhere, climbing up the ladder to success. It means ascension in consciousness, basically, that you're becoming more insightful and more aware. Okay, so yes, it has been a bit of a burden. This is the 10 of Wands. This suggests that you've probably been doing too much in some way, and it's, reached the end of the cycle, and a new cycle's going to begin. It's almost like you've been really persevering and been determined to get somewhere, but it has been such an effort. Soon you'll be able to put down all of these actions that you're taking and start on a new cycle. See this hill in the back here? That's a challenge. But there is a lot of growth. It's not a waste or anything like that. There's a lot of growth that came out of this last period of time that you've been in, and now there's something new about to start. Notice it's the 10, so it's the 1 and the 0. So the limbo time where you just sit and wait for the energy to come in, and then the new beginning. Okay, put down all the burdens that you possibly can now, because it is time just to be patient and have a quieter time. Okay, you can think of that as the first half of the month if you want to think in terms of time, or maybe you just want to take both cards together and see what comes out. All right, I'm going to go with that one on top. Closing my eyes. What do I see? I've got lots of colours here: aqua, blue, green, red. Red is always for action. Sometimes it means anger as well. Okay, I'm on a road, on a tarred bitumen road, driving, and it's like a tunnel. I'm driving through a tunnel of trees, in fact. So there could be some influence here from family, because of family tree, or it's your own energy. A tree can also be you. There's a bit of fear and anxiety about something I'm picking up, and also on the right side, right chest, right lung, right arm, right shoulder. I feel a bit powerless. So right is about the masculine side, the logical side, the ability to think clearly and actually do stuff. Don't know what this means in connection with that. It is aching, actually. I can feel it. Now they're showing me a thong, as in underwear, and I just don't know why I'm seeing that. It's a darker colour, like a dark blue or maybe dark grey or black, and maybe someone needs new underwear. I just don't know what to make of that. I've never seen that before in a vision. Okay, go and buy new underwear then. But yeah, I can still feel, okay, they're telling me it means vulnerability. Okay, so a sense of not feeling powerful, that there's a lot of change going on, and things that you thought are just not so. And so you're discovering new things, and it's not what you thought. Okay, and that's okay too. Okay, and they're saying something about there's some water coming through, like a bit of a flood. So that means being, a bit of emotion coming through for you. You don't, being a Taurus, you're probably more practical. So this is particularly unsettling for some, because as an earth sign, you want to be practical, down to earth, grounded in logic and, practicality. But yeah, it's this month, it's not what you thought it was. And yeah, so these changes, take a deep breath and it's all going to be okay. The Hierophant comes out. This is about taking action, because you've got a lot of knowledge and you've got a lot of insight and awareness. Now you see there's these two keys here. I feel that's knowledge and wisdom. The two go together. You can't just take action based on knowledge, because you mightn't have the wisdom to successfully apply the knowledge to the situation. So wisdom is needed at this time as well. It's almost like you've had a lot of you've had a lot of knowledge, and you've been sitting on it and perhaps haven't used it, and now a situation is coming up. It could be to do with your career. You may change jobs, and you need to go back and use the knowledge that you've already, stored, you've already come across in the past. Okay, but I want to say again, don't be worried. Okay, big things coming up. All right, so there are your two cards. Do bear these cards in mind. The Ten of Wands, the end of a cycle, and this knowledge and wisdom that you're going to need. Alrighty, let's now make this a little bit bigger so you can see. First thing I noticed when I printed this out, and I know there's so much going on in here, and there's a lot of challenging aspects with squares and oppositions. And I noticed two T-squares here, which makes it look a bit messy. I don't know if you can see those black dashes. Okay, so they're the two T-squares. And we've got Uranus here. And this is about in your first house. I'm going to say this really briefly, or would be, I could do a video just on this, on one of these T-squares, never alone two. Uranus here in your sign in Taurus, okay, and so this is very significant, because there's like volatility around what you believe and who are you and what you do and your direction in life. And Uranus always brings unpredictability, okay, and it's squaring Saturn over here in your career zone. And Saturn likes structure, steadiness, security, comfort, and it doesn't want to be, he doesn't want to be disrupted by Uranus. So these two can have a ding-dong battle, and Saturn is Cronus, You know, so this is all about timing and, yeah, they're having a ding-dong battle. There's a square here. You have a T-square when you have two squares and then an opposition. And here, you'll take note, is Venus down here in the fourth house of home and family. So you might find that there is a real challenge for you between your work and your family and what you want to do. If it was just up to you, perhaps you would leave a job and, go and do something else. But because there seems to be family influence involved, that makes it harder to do, because what's your family going to say? Okay. Then we have the second T-square, which is Mars here in your family zone as well, home and family. Or perhaps you have a mortgage. If you don't have a family, you might have a mortgage that's keeping you here in this job. So, if you're not working, maybe the pressure is to get a job, or to perhaps get a job that pays better or something like that. So yeah, it's challenging, but the thing with squares is that you can always work through it with a square. Okay, so two squares in opposition, it's a struggle, but you can actually manifest a good outcome. Okay, so I just want to point that out to you before we look at the rest of the things. Okay, so 30th of June to the 3rd of July, Mars trines Chiron, and so this is really helpful because you feel more in tune with your inner energy, and also with healing resources that you can find within. You could find a different but very important activity or outlet that helps you to express your individuality and your deep-seated needs and longings, and that's really going to help with these T-squares, because this is all about you. It's like between the family and the work, the situation around the career, it's like everybody's struggling to get their point of view across, so you can't be neglected. Do not neglect yourself, and this will help you with that. This could be a time when you attempt to discover a healthy channel for both your physical and emotional growth and well-being. 1st of July to the 5th of July, Mars squares Uranus here, and Mars here, Uranus here, those red lines and dashes across there. And this is part of one of the T-squares. So do be cautious of rebelliousness and impatience. You may feel anger. I did see a flash of red at the start there. And you could also feel that you need to break free from rules and restrictions, and that could create a lot of disruption in your life. Perhaps it's hard to settle down or focus on any task for any length of time. Though you are usually energetic, it's still hard to get things done, and you might find that things are just not going the way that you normally get them to go, and you could be scattering your forces across lots of different things. If you can do something creative and daring that doesn't require cooperation or conforming with other people, that will probably help you out now. 10th of July sees a solar eclipse in Gemini here in your 4th house. This brings new beginnings. So when this happens, it'll happen on the 10th of... No, that happened on the 10th of June, I'm sorry. So it's not a solar eclipse, because that happened on the 10th of June. That's from last month. Sorry about that. So it's a new moon. So, okay, this brings new beginnings, and this will help you out with these T-squares, because there's a way through this situation. So, as I said, it could be a bit of a struggle or a challenge, but there is a way through. So you might have needs for privacy and more comfort, and perhaps you do want to spend more time at home. It is a time for going within to replenish yourself, because you're planting seeds now for your future. And domestic and family matters are emphasised. 10th of July to the 27th of July, Mercury is moving into your 3rd house here. No longer retrograde, it's now direct. So your intellectual curiosity and mental energy are quite high. You could flip from one activity to another or spend a lot of time chatting and socialising, especially with your neighbours or people that live nearby. It's a great time to plan frequent outings and short excursions to satisfy your need to move about. And it's a great time to take a local trip now. 16th of July to the 19th of July, Sun opposition Pluto. Okay, and so this means that there could be some sort of confrontation on an issue that was hidden, forgotten or ignored for a long time. Unresolved issues in personal relationships could be an issue. They come up and they're brought to light. Personal power and control could be an issue, and if you take too much power or too little power, then there could be a power struggle. And Pluto's up here in your 9th house, which is about your life expansion, education and spirituality as well. And perhaps there's some sort of foreign country or a person from another country involved in that. 20th of July to the 15th of August, Venus moves into your 5th house here. And you could be very creative, very inspired, and perhaps even feeling a bit romantic. You can express your loving feelings quite openly now. Creative self-expression is favoured, and you could also very much enjoy artistic, musical or cultural events, sports, entertainment particularly. And, if you're looking for a romance, it'd be these sorts of activities that you could go out on dates together, which would be lovely. Okay, so 21st of July to the 22nd of August sees the Sun move into your 4th house, just squished in there, making your home and family more important, even your own intimate personal life. If you don't have a family or your family are distant, just spend time at home pottering around and doing things. And this helps to give you a stronger foundation in yourself, so you don't feel as anxious or fearful, okay, if you can do things around your home. If you are into meditation, it's a great thing to do now. Your home is likely to be more important to you, and it's a great time to give your home extra attention. 24th of July sees the full moon in your 12th house here, and then it moves into your 11th house, which brings a need for community, fellowship and emotional contact with kindred spirits and groups. Okay, so it's important to deepen the closeness between yourself and other people. And cultural events or participating in some sort of group activity is likely to be very satisfying. 26th of July to the 11th of August, Mercury moves into your 4th house there. And you might find memories from the past coming back. You're remembering school days, for example. You could be talking about this. Perhaps there's some news about someone you used to know. And you could be re-establishing connections with distant family members, or perhaps resolving a long-standing problem between you. You could be speaking about very personal, private matters, and that comes easier to you now. You may also find it's worthwhile writing these things down in a diary or a journal. 28th of July to the 28th of December, Jupiter moves back into your 10th house here of career and social status, and so there could be some sort of opportunity to advance or maybe achieve some important goal in your career zone, or maybe online as well. And this could be part of this T-square. You go through all these challenges and then you come up with a solution, and you see the opportunity for advancement when Jupiter goes into your 10th. Okay, so It is a time of public recognition and enhanced reputation. It's probably not going to be sort of huge, but it's something, and it gives you more confidence and you're feeling better about it. You may decide to change directions in your job if you're working, and if you're not working, it might be in your life generally, you just think it's time for a change. And it's a great time to make such changes, and you're likely to have more trust and faith that you can in fact accomplish your dreams. 17th of July to the 5th of August, Jupiter sextiles your ascendant. This is a harmonious, enjoyable time for you. Things run smoothly and your work is likely to take an enjoyable turn now. Pressures and deadlines are lifted. You may be asked to attend an enjoyable event or perhaps even travel at this time. And maybe you're thinking, why was I so worried before? Things are actually turning out quite good. You may not be feeling particularly energetic or aggressive, but that's okay. You don't need to, because you probably don't need to put any effort into anything very much. Cooperation and mutual support in business-related matters or in career is very high. You can find that peace and cooperation can be established between factions that have been at odds with each other. Legal matters and also any involvement with government agencies or large organisations work out well. Personal relationships are very harmonious, and there's an increased appreciation for each other's goals and aspirations. You'll help each other achieve your heart's desires, which is fabulous. 27th of July to the 14th of September, Mars moves into your 5th house here. Your drive for self-expression is very high. You can pour yourself into competitive sports, games, contests, and auditions, perhaps with a great deal of energy. You play hard and you play to win. All creative projects and interests get extra bursts of energy. And romantic urges are stronger now, and so you're more likely to actively pursue someone that you desire. A love relationship is likely to intensify as well. So if you're already in an established relationship, this could bring some passion into that relationship as well. And 27th of July to the 31st, Mars trines the ascendant, so it's easier for you to express yourself boldly and confidently. You seem to care less about the approval from other people. This frees you to act more on your own behalf and do something that you didn't have the courage to do before. Your health and vitality are better, and you need some physical outlet for your energy now, so walking is always good, or go and play some sports, but of course don't overdo it. 31st of July to the 3rd of August, Mars opposition Jupiter. So you have this good time, and then your energy could go a little bit sort of scatty there with Mars opposition Jupiter. Maybe you feel like there's some sort of restriction or limitation, and if you don't feel you've got enough scope in your life now, or other people are not sort of encouraging you to take the initiative, you're likely to now to go for it. Do watch you don't overextend yourself or believe you can do more than you actually can. So there are some challenges, but as the month proceeds, things get better and better. But you're coming to a position this month where you're going to make some sort of major change. You have to work through all of the issues to get it across the line, and you're very likely to do that. Terrific, Taurus. Okay, so that's it for the horoscope part. Now I'm just going to close my eyes and see what I can see for Taurus for the month of July 2021. Yes, so there are signs of celebration here towards the end of the month. I'm seeing lots of balloons, cakes, candles, parties, and so it could be much socialisation as the month goes on. So you could be going out and having a fun time. They're showing me a spread of tarot cards in front of me, and they're saying it's in the cards. So, the writings on the wall I suspect you've known about these changes for a fair while, and it's now they're showing me a graph, and it's up, down, up, down like this. And so you think about it, and then you put it off. You think about it, and then you put it off, and you think about it, and now it's come, to the crunch time where you're actually going to take some action and do something to get your life on track, on a better track than what it's been. Now, the only possible issue I see, they keep showing me a couch. They've shown me this several times during the reading, but I didn't mention it because what does that mean? I think they're just saying get plenty of rest in the daytime. The only qualifier is that you need to take a bit of R&R, have some time out, and don't push yourself too hard towards these new goals that are coming to you. Also, they're going on about the couch. I feel like somebody's buying a new couch. Okay. Let me know in the comments if that's you. I think it's velvet. The fabric looks velvet, and the colour, I'm not sure of the colour. I'm seeing different colours, like a mushroom or a taupe colour, and so I think there could be several people involved in buying a couch. Okay. All right, they show me a big heart when I say that. Okay, well, good luck buying a new couch, and I hope you enjoy it for years to come. Okay, so that's it, terrific Taurus. Hope this has been useful for you. If you are new, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Okay, have a wonderful month, everyone. I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.